On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Good
But
either
the
way,
thing-
but
But the thing that I'm teaching her is that it's completely different from what it is that most people are teaching our people in general. I don't believe in social work degrees. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all that
Why?
type of stuff.
You don't think social work?
So
Okay,
can I
let me
say
not
something?
even.
No.
I have a degree in social work and psychology, but I'm in financial services and I make over 6
I mean, that's
figures,
good.
so-
Listen, I'm not killing you for it,
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
I'm not telling her that she can't do it. But what I am saying is that I'm not going to pay for it.
Wait, but Anton, how can you say, okay, she doesn't have to go to college at all?
She doesn't.
Okay, and I get it. But then say if she does go to college, she has to do certain, like,
If
that
she
doesn't add
does
up to
and
me.
I decide to pay for it, then I'm going to dictate what it is that I'm paying
Okay,
for.
so it's about your financial output more so than anything else.
That's correct. So she'll always be able to live in her femininity. And then again, she has great examples. Her grandmother, her aunts, her uncles, her cousins, all of them are being groomed the same way. We have a standard in our family where you got to move a specific type of way. But again, just deep down in you, there's always the possibility of what if. And so when you start to explore those what ifs, those are the things that you try to mitigate and solve for by teaching certain lessons and being certain, a certain type of example. But it's always the possibility. And if you force me to give a choice, and let's be clear, I have more say so in my daughter's life than a lot of these other people. So please don't even lump me in the same category as y'all. I will be picking her husband. Let's be clear. But again, like I said, if we just dealing with hypotheticals that such as the one that Kay presented, I gotta have the conversation in its entirety. And I just, I gotta be real. I have to be 100% real on how it is that I see things.
So Anton, I have a question. Do you feel like you're raising your daughter more on traditional values than
1,000%.
modern?
1,000%.
What would you do, Anton, if your daughter, wanted to be with someone that you didn't approve of, and she's like, you know what?
Paint the picture. That could be a lot of different pictures.
Let's say it's someone who, I think the example you used earlier, like that you wouldn't want her settling for someone who makes whatever amount. Let's say that the man.
I'm okay with her. I'm okay with her. Listen, if you a 22-year-old dude and you make $50,000, $60,000 a year, and you got upward mobility. Listen, I'm not looking at your salary at 22 years old. I'm looking at your work ethic. I'm looking at your character, whether or not you a guy that truly embraces the principles that we believe in, such as the Bible and Christianity and all of those type of things. I'm looking at the intangibles. Your upward mobility at 22 years old, you're not even close to being what it is that you're going to be. But I'm looking for certain characteristics. And if I don't see that, then we got a problem.
What would happen if she's just like, I like this man and blah, blah, blah. Like, what would you do as a father? I'm just curious.
No, that's not happening.
What if she's like, okay, I'm still going to be with him?
She rebels.
So are you going to financially cut her off?
Right. I'm trying to see, like, what is
Because when she's 22, what you going to do?
What's the consequence?
Listen, let me tell you something. She'll be the first to break tradition in our family to ever break away of what it is that her father says she's gonna do. And let's be clear, that is not gonna happen.
The reason I'm asking you, Anton,
I mean, we can always say what if,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. Like, you don't have any control over that once the child is adult.
Well, okay, so I'll give you an example.
But once people turn 18 and they go off to college and they move away and they have their own life,
do as they please.
They can do whatever they want. And if they get a job, they don't need your financial support. You definitely can't tell them what to do. You cannot.
Okay, so
how would you cope with that, Anton?
I'll give you an example. So, for example, my daughter's college is fully funded on condition that she goes into certain fields. If she wants to do what she wants to do outside of the parameters that we set for her, then she's gonna have to deal with it accordingly. It is what it is.
So
but every single thing is on condition. I've even already had this conversation, and she said, Dad, you gonna, is it based off of, at 13 years old, she said, Dad, is it based off of me going into specific fields? I said, absolutely. You don't have a choice but to move specifically how it is that we set forth for you to move. And ultimately, I believe, and we've always believed this, and it's always worked out this way, is whatever you put into them as a child and whatever example that you set forth with them will always carry with them. I mean, that's what we believe biblically and spiritually. But ultimately, if she goes outside of our parameters, then we don't play that game. That's it.
Wait,
What
so
are the
you're
fields,
picking her
Anton?
profession for her? Yeah, like
what are the fields?
That's exactly what he's saying. But
yes.
you know what? And while
if you want to go into ballet, I'm not paying for that.
That's exactly.
What's the professions you picked out for her?
Oh,
right. That's what I'm
healthcare field, anesthesiologist, all of those, anything that actually yields results.
So healthcare. What else?
Oh, STEM fields is fine too.
Anything?
I'm okay with accounting, economics, all of those type of things. But any of that basket weaving, anything liberal arts,
we keep using
not basket weaving.
Shout out to Kanye.
Listen. If you want to go into being a liberal arts,
be a teacher.
One at a time, y'all.
Advertising.
What if she wants to be a teacher?
What if she wants to join the military?
Or a lawyer?
What if she wants to join the military?
If she wants to be a lawyer, I'm okay with that.
But I'm just saying, we're talking about STEM lawyers, other than healthcare, but STEM lawyer, accountant.
I don't believe that women need to be in the military.
All of these professions are extremely intense.
Look at Q.
And
I don't believe
very intense compared to like being a nurse.
I don't believe
being a
that
journalist.
women belong in the military.
Okay, but like I was saying, you say you want her to be a wife and you want her to have all this time to dote on her man. Being an attorney, working in STEM.
How are you going to do it?
Listen, she doesn't have to go.
Being an accountant.
Hold on. Let's be clear.
Careers I've ever seen.
Let's be clear. She doesn't have to go to college. Listen, my daughter is going to be straight for the rest of her life, regardless. I'm in that type of position.
Wait a minute. Wait.
If she wants to be a lawyer, she does have to go to college. There's no around.
No,
that's not he's saying.
I think he's saying that she's gonna be good either way.
Yeah, she'll be good either way. But the thing that I'm teaching her is that it's completely different from what it is that most people are teaching our people in general. I don't believe in social work degrees. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all that type of stuff.
You don't think social work? Okay, let me not even know.
I have a degree in social work and psychology, but I'm in financial services and I make over 6 figures.
I mean, that's good. So. Listen, I'm not killing you for it, and I'm not telling her that she can't do it. But what I am saying is that I'm not going to pay for it.
Wait, but Anton, how can you say, okay, she doesn't have to go to college at all?
She doesn't.
Okay, and I get it. But then say if she does go to college, she has to do certain. Like
if
that
she does, and I decide to pay for it, then I'm going to dictate what it is that I'm paying.
Okay, so it's about your financial output more so than anything else.
That's correct.